This is Max Pond, your Government Affairs Director, giving you a quick recap of the 2022 Idaho Legislative Session that just wrapped up late last week on Thursday. Before I get going, I really need to thank the Idaho Realtors Legislative Committee, state political coordinators, for their dedication throughout the 81 days of the 2022 Idaho Legislative Session. Really appreciate their efforts. It really helps to make for a successful session. So let's get into the session. This year, we were able to codify the Idaho Workforce Housing Fund, which was House Bill 701. What this bill does is essentially set up a new fund for workforce housing around the state. IHFA, the Idaho Housing and Finance Association, will be administering these funds, and we worked with them closely when crafting the legislation. But that will get a $50 million appropriation that will be spent over the next 3 years, fulfilling much needed gap financing and housing starts for Idaho's workforce, and a huge achievement not only for Idaho Realtors but for a governor's office and the Workforce Housing Coalition. Some of the most impactful actions this year likely will be seen in what the Idaho Legislature decided to spend money on. The legislature and the governor enacted the largest tax cut in state history this year, approving about $600 million in individual and corporate income tax cuts and rebates. We also had communities across the state see a benefit of about $300 million of ARPA funds for local water, wastewater, or sewer plant upgrades. Lawmakers did this year allocate about $200 million in state general funds to fix deteriorating bridges around the state. Now, this is a one-time allocation. From what we can tell from analyses of this bill and the funding that was needed for this, it looks like local governments will be able to wipe off about a third of the backlog, which was about 966 local bridges that really are in disrepair and need fixing. And so this $200 million will be dedicated to that. Also, another about $200 million split between local and state road jurisdictions to address other deferred maintenance. So again, a huge investment this year in transportation. And as many of you know, redistricting just took place in Idaho and across the country over the last several months. So this process and this work has given us new legislative districts for the May 17th primary coming up in about a month or so. The IR Public Policy and Trustee Committee has already been engaged on this front. We are making endorsements in key races and engaging on the political front. It's one of the things that we as an association really like to do, and we are making sure that our voice as an association, as an industry, is being heard loud and clear come the primary election day. So with that, I really look forward to seeing many of you as I make my way around Idaho this summer leading into next year. Thank you, and please continue to stay engaged.